Hi, and welcome to another episode of Sincerely Bestie. I'm your host, Nancy.
And I'm Krystal.
And today we are going to talk about being an introvert or an extrovert. But let's talk about our weekend first. What'd you do this weekend?
So this weekend I went and watched Fast 10.
Oh,
Yeah.
how was it?
It was good. It was actually better than the last couple movies that they've come out with, you know.
Really?
Yeah, I just thought they had a lot of, action. There was a lot of fighting scenes. I was like, dang. You're watching, you're closing your eyes. You're like, oh, my goodness. That looked like that hurt. But it was good. And then I worked all weekend.
Okay.
And when I came home, because I worked a half day, and then I came home, and Diamond surprised me with a Mother's Day surprise.
Aww.
And she bought me flowers, bought me some donuts, and yeah, I thought that was super sweet of her.
That is sweet of her.
So it was a good weekend, and then I just stayed home and recorded videos for YouTube, but that was about it. Yeah. What about you?
It's okay. I didn't really do much. We did my brother's birthday.
Oh.
It was birthday, Mother's Day, and kind of graduation party. It wasn't really graduation party though, but it was just mostly like birthday, Mother's Day. We ended up, I don't know if it was my brother or my dad. They said it was my dad, but I think it was my brother too. They cooked pho.
Oh.
So we ate pho that weekend. We stood up. They had like fire going on. We were there for I think till about 11, 12.
Oh my goodness, you guys stayed up late.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure they stood up later too, though.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, so you guys left at 11.
I think that's when most of us left.
Mm.
But then that was it, and then the next day we just went back to my mom's to eat pho for breakfast, and then we.
Is that
just
why you
hung
sound
out.
a little hoarse?
Yeah, that's why. But yeah, that's all we really did.
Oh, that's good. That sounds fun.
Always fun spending time with family. My parents did meet my brother's girlfriend.
Oh, how was
yeah.
that?
I think it was okay. I wasn't there. I think I had to go grab something because she took my parking spot.
Oh.
Yeah. I knew somebody was going to take it too. But by the time I got back, her car was there already. So I was like, I didn't even know it was her car too, though.
Yeah.
But I had a feeling it was because he was waiting on her too. But I think my mom's okay with her. I think my dad's okay.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's always so scary.
I'm like, oh.
Do you like her?
She's okay. I haven't talked to her much though.
Oh,
yeah.
That's okay. Sounds like she's going to be coming more to those parties.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about
Get into it.
our topic. So, I'm an introvert.
Okay.
I feel like I am an introvert. I'm not an extrovert.
Me neither. I thought I was a little bit extrovert.
Yeah.
But I think it's only certain times that I'm an extrovert. But mostly I am an introvert as well.
Yeah. No, I'm a complete. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like I am. Cause when I looked up, there was 4 different ones.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't know there was 4 different types
know.
of things. I was like, okay, though that's different. But yeah, I'm an introvert. You're introvert. I think you're a social introvert though.
Yeah. Because I really try to be extrovert because I like having a lot of friends and feeling comfortable in outside with people and stuff.
Yeah.
So I try to, and also I get bored easily. Like working or being outside at a party, I get bored very easily. So then I just kind of want to be like, oh, I need to talk to somebody before I go crazy.
Yeah.
And then that's when I try to push my extrovert out and try to make friends, try to make conversations, even though I'm pretty sure they don't want to talk to me.
It's okay.
But it's okay. I still ask all the questions. They don't ask anything about me. That's usually how it goes.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, that's fine. As long as somebody's talking.
Yeah.
You know? And I don't know, just what an introvert is, they like to observe people and their behaviors and what they like to do, because they're more how would you explain this?
To themselves.
Yeah.
That's what I think I put.
Yeah, but I also really enjoy my time by myself.
Yeah.
If I'm out for too long with a lot of people, I start to feel drained.
Oh, okay.
You know, and I just want to come home and I want it to be quiet. I don't want anybody to talk to me. I just want to, stay in my own space.
Gosh.
Yeah, because It's too hard being around people all the time.
I feel like that I'm like every weekend.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, I'll be like, Robert, could we just like stay home? Like, I just don't want to deal with anybody. I don't want to talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Like, let me just be by myself. That's what I've been telling him lately. I'm like, I just want to stay home and relax. Like, I feel like we're just, even though when we go out, I'm like, after a while, I get tired of it. I'm like, I just want to stay home. Like, I'm tired of going out so much and all that.
Yeah, like the older I get, the more I just want to stay inside, you know? Like, I love hanging out with friends, but only, like, maybe once or twice a month.
Yeah.
You know, like, that's max. But other than that, I like staying home.
Because we used to, oh, my goodness,
oh, my gosh.
When Brandon, we were, like, it was, like, literally, like, every weekend we were together.
Yeah. But we didn't mind it because, I don't know, I think we
enjoyed it. It was fun.
Yeah, and it was new, so it was different.
Yeah.
Not to our usual staying home every weekend, but it was nice.
It was nice. It was fun.
It's nice to get those little breaks from being by yourself all the time.
Yeah. A question I wrote was, how do you deal with your significant other if they're extrovert or introvert? What do you think your significant other is?
So for Chang, he's an introvert as well.
Yeah.
So he doesn't really like going out at all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He likes to stay home. Like, even when we go eat at restaurants and stuff, he'd rather just go buy food and eat it at the house.
Wow.
Like, he doesn't want to sit at the restaurant. He wants to come home, watch the movie, and then eat and then relax, you know? Which, I don't know. I think that kind of, like, made me more of a hermit, too. Because then I enjoy that, too. You know, like, we both now just buy food and eat at home. But then Diamond's an extrovert. So, well, she kind of is, but she'd rather eat at the restaurant.
Okay.
You know? She likes to go out and get a breather from...
She likes to socialize.
Yeah.
I noticed. Yeah.
But,
Diamond's her sister, by the way. No, I can see that, though.
Yeah. But we're both introverts, so we both need our time apart.
Okay.
Because I know there's couples that always spend time together. They're like stuck to the hip and they always have to be doing everything together. Me and Chang are not like that.
Okay.
Like, we need like days or hours away from each other. Because most of the time, like, we're very like opposite as well. So when we do have conversations, it's usually like we're either arguing or we just need to go straight to the point. What do you need? What do you want? And that's it, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, like, he doesn't like to do much. I don't like to do much. But even if I want to go out, he doesn't want to go out. So it's nice. I don't have to drag him everywhere.
Yeah.
And I don't try to push him either. Because I know that's not something that he wants to do.
Yeah, yeah.
You know? And if he wants to, that's fine. He can come along. But if he doesn't, then that's fine too.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I think, well, it's hard with Robert, my husband, because I feel like when I met him, he was a very much extrovert.
Oh,
like, outgoing. He's still outgoing. It's not that he's not.
I would say Robert's.
But yeah, like, he was just like, he always liked being around people. He was always so talkative. And then I noticed slowly now he's becoming an introvert.
Oh, yeah.
But then one of the four was a omnivore, which it was you can be both, and it depends on like the occasion. So like, there's times you could be like really talkative, or there's time where you can just be like super quiet. So I think he's that more than like being an introvert. But I have noticed that he's changed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you may not notice it because you've talked to him. But like around other people, like, I'm like, yeah, you're not as like talkative as much anymore. You're more quiet, unless he like is just random. He'll just start conversation like he normally does.
No, sometimes I wish Cheng was more extrovert. Yeah. Because like when we go out to like family events or with friends, he don't talk to anybody, you know, like like if you don't talk to him, he's not going to talk to you. He's that kind of guy. But like sometimes I wish he was a little bit more sociable, because then now I have to be the sociable one, you know? And then I'm draining myself trying to like keeping everybody happy and having a conversation, you know, and then he's just sitting there and he's just chilling. Like when we go see his family, and we're visiting them, okay? So we fly all the way to California. Everybody's talking but him. And I'm like...
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, and I'm like, can you say something? This is your family, you know?
I believe in theory that extrovert become introvert and introvert become extrovert. Because, you know, deep down inside, it's just like the most quiet person wants to go out and talk and about.
Yeah.
Sometimes, and then sometimes the guy who talks the loudest also wants to be the quietest one. So
Yeah.
That's true.
it could work both ways.
Yeah, I
It's
see that.
Yeah.
I also feel like people do change too, like around their environment and the people they hang around with. And I think you do evolve and you do change.
Yeah.
You don't really stay the same. So
That's true.
It's changes. No, that like with Robert. Well, I'm pretty sure like he's still the same. Like when he's around like his friends, like when we were first dating, he would just leave me and just go talking. And me being the introvert would sit there and I'll text
so
him
hard.
I'm like, why are you leaving me? Like I don't want to sit here and just look weird, you know?
He hates it.
I hate it.
Because in California, it's always so go go go.
yeah.
And it's never like, oh, we'll take a break. Like, no, it's go, go, go. And then by the end of the day, it's already late. It's like, oh, we can still hang out still. And then it's like past midnight. And it's like, oh, yeah, we're going to go sleep now.
Yeah.
But for Nancy, it's like, I need to sleep.
Yeah.
I need to take a nap. And there's so much going on. I don't know what's going on.
She's overstimulated.
Yeah.
You know?
But for me, it's just like, oh, we can do this. And
It's only when we're like out of town though.
Yeah, it's only when we're out of town.
Yeah, when
It's
we're
only
out
when
of
we're
town.
Oh.
I get so drained out. It's crazy.
No, I'm like Robert. I'm going.
Yeah.
If I'm on vacation out, we're going out the whole day, you know. And my sisters and Cheng are the ones that are like, can we stay home? Can we like relax for a couple hours? And I'm like, no.
Yeah, no. And then I think, like I said, Robert's still like that. But then it depends, like, on the occasions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mine's based on situation and dire situations.
Yeah.
It just varies. Robert's our editor. He's the one in the back talking. If you ever hear him, my husband. Ever wonder?
Hi.
What about just like around others? Like, how do you deal with that? Like, if they're an introvert, like, how do you deal with that? Or when they're an extrovert? Like, with us, like, we both were introvert.
Yeah.
When we first met each other, so we didn't talk to each other.
No, I think with introverts, it's a little bit harder because you don't want to like overstep, you know, because like I know introverts have their boundaries, you know, and they're like, I don't know, like me and you, like we can say hi and stuff, but we're not gonna go any further than that, you know, because nobody wants to break the ice, or like I don't know how she feels about me, like I'm overthinking it, you know, like, it's not that complicated, but I'm making it a lot more complicated than it is. And that's why
you had that extrovert friend that broke the ice.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like it's important to have an extrovert friend, because they're the ones that break the ice for you, and then they bring the extrovert out of everybody.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what Brandon was for us in a big way. He helped us a lot, because I think we wouldn't have been friends.
No.
Just coworkers.
We would have just been coworkers.
Yeah. But yeah, I've always had an extrovert friend my whole life, which was nice. Like, I'm so happy that I met one that was able to get along with everyone. And then it was just easier to go to parties or go to like school events, and they already have friends, and then you just kind of get to know them and they get to know you. Yeah. And they understand that you're an introvert, you're a little bit shy, you don't want to like be out like everyone else, but they bring you in and they understand you. So I think that's
That's nice though.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I only had like one extrovert friend. I think maybe like two. But then one of them was more like, she was both like extrovert introvert, but there was that extrovert, but I don't think she really like brought out the extrovert in us.
Oh no?
No. No. There was two of us that were introvert. But how I deal with it, it's hard for me. I'm like, if you're an extrovert, I'm like, great, I love it, because I'm like, you're talking. Yeah. Just keep talking. I'm okay with it. Yeah.
That's the best part.
But if you're an introvert, it is harder, because then I'm like, well, I don't want to be talking to you if I already know you don't want to talk to me. Yeah. I don't want to be weird and start a conversation with you and just like overthink it and all that stuff. So it is harder.
Yeah. No, for me, because like I like to listen to people, so like I listen to remember, because I'm gonna remember this conversation, because I'm an overthinker, you know. So I keep those stuff in my brain, and then the next time I see you, I know what to ask you, you know, and I know how to make a conversation instead of it being awkward. Now we don't know anything about each other, so that's I try to do that to help myself get out a little bit more too, because I know if I don't, then I have no no reason to talk to you as well.
Yeah. I don't know, even at work sometimes, like, I'd be like in the filler. It's so quiet. So quiet and weird. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, but and it also depends who's I'm in there with. So like if it's someone that I know that's talkative, then I'll like make random conversation.
Yeah. I know, like there's people that you know that will talk their life away. When you ask them one question and they could just go off. Those are the best people, like, to kill time.
Yes.
Like, I love just freaking saying, so what'd you do today? And literally, just from there, just go off.
They just tell you a whole story.
Yeah, well, they're talking about what they did in their freaking past life or something. And it's nice. It's nice to kill time. But then they're kind of hard, too, because then you don't... Sometimes you got to go, and you're like, please stop talking.
There's the one that gets a little too comfortable with you.
Yeah.
And then they just
and they stop you
every
time. Because nobody wants to listen to them. Yeah. You know? And you're the one person who listened to them, and now they're always looking for you, wanting to...
That one at work.
Yeah, girl. That was you.
That was me. We had one coworker where she just... would talk my ears off.
Every time she spot Nancy, it'd be a 10, 15-minute conversation.
Yeah. And I'll be like, oh, okay, cool. Like, I didn't ask you, but it's okay. I'll listen. But she doesn't really talk to me anymore.
No, I don't know if she got
the
hint.
Weird. I know. I'm like, I feel bad.
Or she overheard us talking. I feel bad if she did. But
I hope she didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, because every time she passes me now, she doesn't
say anything, huh? Yeah, I know. Now I usually have to say hi to her first. She don't say hi to me anymore.
It's so weird, though. So weird.
I don't know what happened, but glad it happened, so it's okay.
Oh, gosh. So, since I'm an introvert, I wrote that there were 4 different types of introverts. So, there's a social introvert, which are, I guess you could say, the classic type of introverts. Okay. The thinking introvert, which is the daydreamer, or they spend a lot of time in their thoughts, like how you were saying you were. The anxious introvert, they seek alone time because they feel awkward or shy. And then there's the restrained / inhibited introverts, which is the one that they think before they act. I was telling Robert, because I was discussing him with him about this, and I was like, I think I'm like the thinking introvert and anxious introvert. But he was like, you're not really like the thinking one. Because he was like, you're not really like in your head a lot. But I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I am. You just don't notice it.
You just don't know what's going on up here, huh?
Yeah. And then I was like, yeah, I'm the awkward shy one. So.
No, I'm definitely the thinking one, because I get so, like, I also get anxious as well, because I want to keep the conversation going. So while you're talking to me, like, I've asked you something, right? And you're talking to me, I'm already thinking of, like, what I have to ask you next. You know? Like, I'm not even listening to you anymore. I'm in my head, like, okay, like, I can't mess this up. They're talking to me. I don't want it to get awkward. I don't want it to get quiet. So I got to start, like, thinking of what else. Yeah, so I'm just, like, going through my files in my brain, being like, what's next, you know? So I'm a big thinker. And then what was the last one? The inhibitor one?
Restrained, inhibited introverts, they think before they act.
Yeah.
Take longer to take action.
Yeah, that's me as well. I wish I was one of those people that could just be like, I'm going to do this, and they do it. You know, I'm very cautious of everything I do. Yeah. Because I have to think about, I don't know. I don't know if it's just like I'm the oldest and my grandparents and family have like nailed down in my head to like do it a certain way. Yeah. You know, so before I do anything, I have to think about how it'll affect me, how it'll affect my family, how it'll affect my friends. And then I have to ask too. I have to go to you and be like, what do you think about this? And then I go to Cheng. What do you like? I have to get everybody's opinion before I make my move. And I hate that, because then usually I take too long, and then I don't want to do it anymore, because now I've overthought about it. Yeah, you know, or it's too late. Yeah. And it's just, I hate that about me.
It's okay. No, I think at times I can be. Yeah. But I try to usually think before I act. Because I've had it where, like, I didn't think before I act, and then, like...
Always regret it.
Yeah, I always regret it, or it turned out bad.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, I gotta really think before I act.
Yeah, because sometimes, you know, your gut says one thing, but then your head, you're overthinking it, says another thing, and then you're like, what do I do?
Yeah. It doesn't help, because then Robert's like, just do it. Like, why don't you just do it? I'm like, well, you gotta think, like, who's it gonna affect? Or who are you hurting? Or what is your outcome going to become? Yeah. Like, I can't just do it on the whim. Like, no, I have to really think about it first.
Yeah, Cheng hates that about me, too.
Yeah?
Yeah, because he's a really, like, if I decide to do it, I'm gonna do it kind of guy, you know. So he hates it when you said you're gonna do this, but you didn't do it, blah blah blah. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Like it's a lot harder than you think it is. He's like, no, it's not, and it's complicated.
That's hard. Yeah, it's hard. What are your family? Like your siblings?
My siblings, I think most of them are introverts, except for my brother. I think he's the extrovert out of all of us.
Okay.
Yeah, he gets along with everybody. He can just go into a crowd and everybody fall in love with him. Like that's nice, that's just how he is. Because he's super goofy. He don't care what he looks like or what he sounds like. He's just there to have a good time. Whereas me and my sisters, I think we're a lot more conservative. You know, just because our parents always taught us to like. Don't speak unless you're spoken to, you know, or like keep to yourself, just do what they ask you to do, and you know, that kind of thing. So I think we've really turned out like that too.
Okay.
So I think we all hate it, but
it's okay.
Yeah. What about your family?
I think
I feel like you have a lot of extroverts in your family.
Love you guys. If you're listening. No, let's see, because I feel like my oldest sister, she's an extrovert. She is not an introvert. My second oldest, I feel like she can be both.
Okay.
Yeah, she can be both. And then the third, she's an extrovert. She's a complete extrovert. And then my youngest sister, I feel like she's an extrovert. But I feel like in a way she kind of learned to be an extrovert just by observing her. And then with my brother, it's hard because I feel like they're all introverts in a way, but then they have their moments where they're extrovert with people that they're comfortable, like how it's an omnivert, kind of like that.
Yeah.
Because even growing up with them, there's times where it's like, oh, they're really quiet, you know. But then when they're around people that they know or whatever, then they'll talk. So with them, it's both.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I'm the introvert. And all of them knows too, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're like, oh, yeah,
like
Nancy's
too,
a shy one. Nancy's a awkward shy one. And they'll tell you, like, if you ask.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Like, oh, yeah, she's shy. She's quiet. She'll only talk when she needs to talk. Or she'll only say things when she needs to say it.
Do you find it's frustrating, like, when you have all these thoughts in your head, but you don't want to say it?
Oh, yeah, all the time, girl.
You have a whole bunch of extroverts in your family, so they're always, like, telling how they feel, and maybe you're thinking something different, or you get offended, but you don't say anything.
Yeah, all the time. All the time. That's why I'm like, I'll tell Robert, and I'm like, I want to say something, but then I don't. He's like, why don't you just say it? Yeah. They're all saying it. Like, you know, they're all talking about how they're feeling or whatever. But then I'm like, no, it's okay. Then I start overthinking it. Then I'm like, I'm not going to say it. It's okay. Like, I'm not going to bother.
No, as an oldest sibling and the one that talks over everyone, I think you should express how you feel. Because my siblings are like that with me, too. Like, I could be giving them a lecture or, like, how I feel about a certain situation that's, like, involving my family. They won't put their 2 cents in there, you know? Like, they'll just let me go off. Or if I think they're doing something bad and I try to, like, help them and be like, you guys need to think about this and this. Yeah. But they know I'm an overthinker, too. Oh, right? Okay. Yeah, and they're not. They're kind of, like, just go off whatever.
Oh,
you know?
Okay.
So most of the time they just sit there and they don't say anything. They don't answer me. Or they just say, okay, you know, and I'm like, I wish you would just tell me what you're thinking, you know? Like, I want to know because I've always been, like I tell everyone, I'm a straight line. My whole life has been a straight line, you know? So there's no, like, turning or, like, curving, anything like that, you know? I've always tried to do the best I can in a straight line. So my siblings, they always, you know, they lean a little bit to, like, the bad side, you know? And I'll be like, I want to know why, you know? Yeah. Because then that'll help me learn more, too, and be more accepting and... You know, because I
understand with everything. Yeah, because that makes sense.
Yeah, because with me, I don't understand. Like they'll be like, "Oh, I did this because I wanted to." I'm like, "Well, that's stupid." Like that's how rude I am too. Though I'm like, "That's stupid." I'm like, "You should know better," you know. And I hate doing that, but then I think that's why they also don't say anything too, though, because I just talk over them.
Yeah, because they know you're gonna say something to them.
Yeah.
So. With being an introvert, what are some of the things that you have noticed about yourself?
So I wrote why I like being an introvert.
Okay, that works.
Yeah. I just wrote that I like being by myself, for one, because I like my alone time, and I'm an overthinker. So sometimes I just need to be by myself to clear my head, you know? Whether that's cleaning or, you know, editing, just to kind of get my mind off of, like, all the stuff that's, like, I'm processing. Another reason is I feel like I'm more thoughtful with the people around me, you know, and I'm a little bit more, I was just saying how I wasn't understanding, but I feel like with other people that are not my siblings, I'm more understanding because I know everybody lives a different life, and they have their own journeys, their own, like, stuff that they're going through. So I like hearing their experiences, and I like being a listener because then I feel like a lot of people can come and confide in me and feel trusting. Like I told you, one of our coworkers just came up to me and she was telling me, and she just started crying about her relationship.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it kind of threw me off because I didn't think we were that close. But it was nice that she felt comfortable being like that with me.
I feel like a lot of people at work are like that with you, though.
Yeah, because a lot of people be telling me their stuff, and I'm like, it's a lot. It's a lot too, though. Like I won't lie, because like I said, I keep all that stuff and I remember. So we can talk about it later, you know. So it's kind of a burden, but at the same time, I enjoy it because I like being there for people, and I like being their support because, I mean, I feel like I'm being supported as well. So it's nice, but it's just nice to know that I can be there for someone.
Yeah.
And then the last thing I wrote is just I'm just very careful. It hurts me too, but at the same time, I feel like I make better decisions that way. So... but yeah, what about you?
I do like being by myself a lot. I'll have times where I'm just like, I need my alone time.
Yeah.
Like, it's not as bad as I used to be, because I'll be like, I'm going to go to the store by myself. But now I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to, I'll tell my husband, you know, I'll be like, I'm going to go in the room. I'm going to go do my own thing. I'm going to touch my phone for a little bit by myself.
Yeah.
Or like, he knows too. Like, he can tell. Because he'll tell Ashton, he'll just be like, leave mommy alone.
Yeah.
Like, mommy needs her alone time. But I don't know. I feel like I like it, but then I don't. Sometimes I wish I was more of an extrovert.
Me too. I wrote that as well.
I do. And Robert knows it too.
Yeah.
Because I'll be like talking, because I think in my head a lot too.
Yeah.
I'll be talking, he'll be like, so did you just say this in your head, or did you really say it? And I'm like, I said it in my head. He was like, okay. He's had to ask me too.
Oh, really?
Is this in your head, or did you verbally say it? And I'm like, no, I just said it in my head. Like with my sister.
Oh.
When there's issues with her and her man, she'll come talk to me about it, which I mean, I don't mind. I like, I love being there for her, but sometimes it's so much for me to take in that, like, I think it, and then it frustrates me, and then I'm like, I tell Robert and I say, I wish I had said this and this is, and he's like, well, did you say it? And I'm like, no, I just,
Girl,
it was in my head. He's like, you need to just start telling her, like, how you feel about it. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, but it's so hard too, because now you're overthinking it, and you're like, I don't want her to be mad at me.
Yeah.
And also in the end, it's going to be her and him.
Yeah.
It's her decision in the end too. I'm just here to listen to her and maybe give her advice, even though I know that she's not going to take it. But I'm very much like that too, where like if someone's rude to me in person, I don't know how to react because I'm an overthinker, you know? So they say something and I sit there and I'm like, oh, and then I'm like processing it and I'm like, that was rude.
Yeah.
And then I start thinking, I'm like, I should have said this. And you're still mad about it, right? And you see them again, you almost want to say it again. And you're like, it's over. They don't care anymore.
Yeah.
And that's frustrating.
It is.
It's a learning curve. You have to just accept what comes out of your mouth. So whatever,
sometimes it's so hard. Because sometimes I get so mad that I might say something I don't mean.
Yeah.
You know, or say something that you've hurt me before. So I'm going to bring that back up because now I'm thinking about that too.
Well,
and
that's okay.
That.
Words. And then if you said something wrong, like, my bad. That's all you can do. Say, my bad, my fault. I said this. Should have been like that.
Ooh.
That's why I'm okay with being introvert, because I'm like, I know how to bite my tongue.
Yeah.
Rather than say things that I'm going to regret. And like, I've done that. Like I said, I've done that before. And I have regretted it. So then I've learned to just hold my tongue.
Yeah. Because I feel so bad.
Yeah.
Like, even, like, my siblings, if I say something, or, like, before, like, I would, like, hit them because they're being naughty, you know? I feel horrible immediately afterwards. And I hate that feeling, so I'd rather just hurt by myself than just say it, you know? But that's so annoying.
Another thing I like about being an introvert, I don't even know. It's just because I'm just so used to it my whole life that, like, it doesn't bother me. Like, it bothers me at times, but I'm okay with it because I've accepted that I'm the quiet one, that I am the shy one. But then I'm like, I'd rather be that sometimes than be the loud one and the one that, So it's okay.
No, I've always wanted to be extrovert my whole life.
Yeah? I have my moments.
Because, like, I hated being the shy girl. At first, like, when I was younger, I didn't care. You know, like, you're young, you just want to have as many friends as you want, you know? But then the older you get, then you start, you know, thinking, you know, and people are judging you or you're judging them. And, like, I've always wanted to be extrovert because I always wanted to be able to go into a room and, you know, be the highlight of the room. You know, like, everybody just want to hang out with me. Everybody want to come talk to me. Like, I've always craved that, you know. But
I bet you were already like that in school, though.
No, I mean, kind of, but I was more like the anchor for my friends, I feel like, because I was in the middle. You know, I was a little extrovert, but I was more introvert. So a lot of people, like, wanted to hang out with me because, you know, I listened to their problems.
Yeah.
I'd help them out, you know, and I was good in school. So, like, of course, they wanted to be friends with the girl who's good at school, too, and had goals and dreams. And some people latch on to that, you know, and they want to hang out with you. But they are really your friends, too, because they grow to love you. But at the same time, you know, it was just kind of like a give and take kind of thing.
Okay.
Because I would help them, you know, so, like, with school and, like, help them with their goals and dreams or explain them, like, how they could achieve it. And then for them, they would just bring out the extrovert out of me, you know, and I was able to have those moments where I was the, you know,
somewhat
center of attention.
Yeah.
How annoying.
So the 4, did you look it up, the different 4
No,
ones?
I didn't.
So
for the extrovert?
Well, just in general. So there's a ambivert, which that one is, I wrote more balanced, emotionally stable, and adaptable. I've never heard of that one, though.
More stable and more adaptable?
More balanced, emotionally stable, and adaptable. But I don't know. And then there's the omnivert where they can switch back and forth. That one, I didn't even know what to think. I thought it was just being introvert, extrovert.
Yeah, I thought, I mean,
it's called putting on a face.
Yeah, or that.
So, you know, I think that's more towards me.
Which one?
Opinion, the omniverse is pretty much like, deep down inside, you're an introvert. But when friends and family comes out, you put on that extrovert face. Yeah. So it's pretty much like, oh, yeah, you know, everything's okay. I'm happy and everything. But deep down inside, it's just like you're kind of struggling. Yeah. So that's how I see it.
It's like that battle.
Yeah, it's kind of that battle where you have your demons and it's just like, you know, you're not showing your true self to your family and friends and stuff. Yeah. That's my example of that.
Ambivert.
Yeah. That's how I grew up and, you know, trying to figure out myself throughout the whole years.
It's hard, though. Trying to figure it all out.
No.
But yeah.
What do you think an extrovert is then, in your opinion?
In my opinion, I think they're like the outgoing ones, the one that likes to be around people, the one that, like you said, center of attention. Not like always necessarily the center of attention, but like they're more talkative around people. Like they're not scared to talk to people.
They're very comfortable you know, in their own skin, and they're able to socialize and able to be expressive and, you know, all of that.
And they're like okay to meet new people.
Yeah.
Like they're not scared. Kind of like our friend Brandon. He's an extrovert.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like he's willing to meet people like it's nothing.
And they love him. Yeah. Like wherever he goes, he's loved. But for me, it's hard because, especially going to like see Cheng's family and stuff, like then I have to put on a face, you know. But then like I'm so in my head that now I look like I have that RBF, you know, and nobody wants to come talk to me because they're like, oh, she looks like she don't want to be here. She's not having a good time. But it's not that. It's just that I'm in my head and I don't want you to think of me in a certain way, you know. And also, I don't know anything about you. So I don't want to come in and try to make it, you know, uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You know? But I'm slowly learning. I'm like, just who cares?
I know.
Though it's so sad because like I feel like your whole like life you're like super insecure and you feel like everybody's judging you, and then the older you get, the less you care about that.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, I wish I wouldn't have thought about that when I was younger. You know, like I go back and I'm like, I should have asked that guy to dance with me. You know, like it's just kind of those things. But I'm like, I just wasn't in that place in my life where I was comfortable in my own skin. But I think I'm getting there. So I think in my 30s I'll be there.
I feel like you are. That's why I said I feel like you're more social than I am.
No,
I'll be the one standing there, just standing there. Like you and the coworker, you guys will just be talking, and I'm like,
oh my gosh, me and her could keep.
I'm gonna just stand here. Same thing with your sister. When she came in one of the days, she was like, "Oh yeah, Krystal and this person was talking," and I just stood there like awkward. I was like, "It's okay. I do it all the time."
No, I feel so bad though, because then I want to bring you in, you know, because that's
okay.
like my extrovert in me, because I want everyone to feel included.
Yeah.
You know. But sometimes you guys don't give me no play. You guys are just like, okay, and you guys walk off. And I'm like, well, they didn't want to talk to us, so.
I know. Like the one time we were down on the line because I think there was a changeover.
Oh,
You guys were just talking. I'm like standing there like.
No, but that's how good of a worker Nancy is, though. Like she'll just stay busy the whole time.
I really do.
I'm a good worker as well, but if there's time to play, I'll play. You know.
But I think you've learned to.
Yeah.
Learn how to play.
Because like. Shoot, like I feel like your job takes so much out of you all the time. Like they're taking so much, you know, your time and your physical energy, your emotions, everything. And maybe sometimes you take a little back and you take a break. You know, you don't go 100% all the time with them. So you don't, I don't know, you don't overburn yourself, overwork yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's okay.
Overwhelming.
Yeah, that's what it is. Overwhelm yourself.
It's okay.
So what's your pros and cons of being or trying to be extrovert?
I did write that down.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Well, I just wrote how I try to be more extrovert, and it's just I try to be more outgoing, and like I put myself outside the box and throw myself out there, even if like they don't talk back to me. You know, like I could ask them a question and they just give me like a sentence. And I'll just be okay, we'll try again. You know?
Yeah.
Like I really try because I hate those awkward situations too. But I'm better like intimate. You know?
Okay.
Like if it's just me and another person, it's easier for me to make conversation because I'm only thinking about you.
Yeah.
You know? But whereas we're in a bigger group, then I have to be like, okay, well she's over there and they're talking about that. I kinda wanna talk to her about that, but then I'm in this conversation over here. So it's just like I'm overstimulating myself.
Yeah.
Let's see. I feel like sometimes I come off aggressive because I'm really aggressive with how I talk. Like,
I don't think so.
well, I try not to be, you know, but like with like people that I'm a little closer to, or if you're irritating me, then it'll come off like that, you know.
Okay.
Because even like one of our coworkers, he's very scared of me, which I don't know why, because I'm not very scared.
Is that the one I'm thinking of?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh no, that's true. You did tell me that.
Yeah, and he's very scared of me, and I'm like, I don't know why, but it's just because like when I'm mad, it comes off really bad, you know, and which is good because I also want that authoritative feeling too. Like I want people to respect me in that kind of way.
Yeah.
Whereas like we can play around because we're coworkers, but when it's time to work, it's time to work. Like I expect that, and when I ask you to do it, then you do it, kind of thing. But that's just me being controlling and in my head. But I don't know. I think that's it.
Of the pros?
Yeah. Well, not
you,
pros.
Nancy?
It's just how I become more extrovert.
With what?
What's your pros of being an extrovert?
My pros of being an extrovert, I'm not an extrovert. Those are no pros.
So
I do wish I was, but it's so hard for me to try to be extrovert because then I get in my head. Mm-hmm. I get in my head a lot.
Yeah.
Then I like just like overthink it, and then I'm like, I just feel dumb. Like
And then
I don't
you
want to
shut down, huh?
Yeah.
'Cause I do that.
Yeah.
I start to get really quiet.
But then it also
I don't wanna be
depends
there
who I'm
anymore.
with.
Oh, okay.
So like if I'm comfortable with you, I don't care. I'll talk.
Uh-huh.
Like, I will talk. If I barely know you, there's gonna be barely anything coming out of my mouth, or I'm gonna start making up random stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's one coworker, I was in the filler with him one day.
Oh, goodness.
He's from Pack Out.
Oh, okay.
One of the ones that was going. He just like kept talking to me, and I'm like, gosh dang, I gotta like make up some answers to talk to him, which is nice because like I noticed he doesn't like it quiet when he's in there. Mm-hmm. Like he'll talk loud, he'll sing loud.
Yeah, that's me too. I get bored.
And I'm just like, I gotta think of stuff to talk about. And it's so funny because one day he was like, oh, so what are you making for dinner? And I'm like, I don't think I'm making dinner. Like, my husband comes home before me. He's like, okay. And then I think we went to break, came back in. He's like, so what are you gonna have for dinner?
Oh my goodness. I can't stand him.
And he was like, I already asked you that. I'm like, yeah, you did. I'm like, so like that. I'm like, I don't want to make it awkward and weird when I'm repeating myself.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And then I'm just like, I just feel stupid after, you know. But it also just really depends who I'm with. I can be an extrovert.
Yeah. I think like with my friends and family, I'm more extrovert because I'm comfortable, you know, and I'm the oldest, so it's easy for me to get along with everyone because I've been with everyone the longest.
Yeah.
But like in new settings, I'm horrible.
Yeah.
People think I'm rude and I'm standoffish, you know, but I'm not. I'm just not comfortable, you know. I'm not, and you know, it's just that feeling.
I'm pretty sure I came off like that to our friends.
Oh,
I was quiet. Well, when I first met them, they didn't know who I was.
Okay.
And everything. So with me being an introvert and not even talkative, I'm pretty sure I came off kind of rude. Mm-hmm. But then like as the years went on, like I learned that a lot of them are extroverts.
Yeah.
So I've learned to have to start conversations and everything.
Yeah.
Just think of someone taking your friend away without them knowing. So there's like, who's this person? Mm-hmm. So they're just like, we never knew nothing about her. I'm like, that's the point.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to know about her.
No, that's how it is with Chang too. Like, I wish I could be the girlfriend that was extrovert and everybody loved and got along with, but I'm not. I'm the one that stands by herself in the corner, and they're all hanging out, having a good time. Like they don't even know how to approach me, so most of the time they don't even say hi to me.
Oh wow!
Yeah, but
are you like that with his cousins?
Yeah.
Oh okay.
Like most of the time, like maybe they'll say hi, but most of the time now I try to say hi. I just feel like, especially when there's a big group of people, I don't feel comfortable being up like, hi, you know, this person. Yeah. Because then now I feel like I have to say hi to everybody. You know, like if I see him just pass by, I'll be like, oh, okay, hi, you know. But with everybody there, I act like I don't see you.
You're so nice. I tend to just let them pass me. I don't know you. I'll be like, Robert, who's that? But I think that's the introvert side of me, which is hard. Yeah. Because you should say hi. But then you're like, nah, it's okay. I can't do it.
Too. Like when we were at your sister's wedding, I had an uncle there I haven't seen forever. And he was having a conversation with the girl next to me, and I just stood there and I waited for him to like end his conversation. But it was taking forever, so I just went. I was like, "Hi," and he was like, "Oh, you're saying hi to me?" And I'm like,
"Oh my gosh!"
Yes. And he was like, "Yeah, I saw you standing there, but you never come say hi." And I'm like, "Well, because you're in a I didn't want to be rude." He was like, "Be rude. We're family." And I'm like,
"No, but that's not the hard thing about being an introvert. It's like you don't want to interrupt people in their conversation. You don't want to just jump in it." And then, you know, because then when you jump in, then you're overthinking it too. Like, oh, shoot, I just jumped in the conversation. Like, is it rude? Is it okay with them? Are they okay with it? You know, what are they thinking?
Yeah.
But that's funny.
Yeah. No, because I'm pretty sure everyone thinks I'm rude when I go to those parties. But I'm not. Like, usually, even like in our, you know, tradition, when you leave, you have to say goodbye to everybody, right? I don't do that at Cheng's house. At his family. No, I only say bye to the people who's sitting next to me or the people I've been hanging out with the whole night. And then I go home. And I feel so bad because I don't do that with my family. You know, with my family, I go around the whole table and I tell them that I'm leaving, you know. And that's just me feeling uncomfortable, you know. And I feel like I'm not part of the family yet either. So I don't want them to be like, why is she coming over here saying goodbye to us, you know, kind of thing. But then I know afterwards they probably be like, that's rude. She came in, she didn't do anything, she packed up food and she left. Like,
but that's just the introvert side of
I know.
you. That's hard.
But for them, they don't understand that, you know. That's not something they grew up learning or understanding.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's just.
But it is harder with like being Hmong because, like how you said, you're learning to where you're taught where you don't speak unless you know
you're spoken to.
And all that. So like just randomly talking when you shouldn't be,
you feel really out of place. You know,
it's hard.
And I hate the looking up and down like, oh, you're here, and you're like, damn.
That's why I haven't gone to a lot of Robert's family occasions. But I haven't met a lot of his family too, so it's harder. That's why I tell him, like, you know, when the time comes, you're gonna have to introduce me to everybody, and you know I don't like that. Like, I don't like being introduced to other people. Like, yeah, you should be, but the introvert side of me kicks in, and I'm like, I don't want to meet new people. Yeah, like
you don't.
I don't want to have to. Yeah, I don't want to have to try to go make conversation with them and all that. But then, you know, you're deep down inside, you're like, you should. You know,
that's your responsibility as a wife. You know? I wish I was one of those wives that knew everybody by name. But sometimes it gets so complicated, dude. Like,
so many faces.
Hmong people make it so complicated. There's a word for like older and younger and all of that. And I'm like, how am I gonna remember that, dude? And like, I don't even do that with my aunts or like.
Oh, you don't?
No,
I remember you were telling me.
Yeah, I literally just call them like. It comes off rude, but like my parents always taught us to call them by their first name. We don't call them auntie anything. We just call them by their first names. And but that even like with my mom's side of the family, with her siblings and so like my uncles and aunts, I don't call them like Po or you know anything like that.
Call them by their name.
Well, for them, we feel like it's more respectful, so we just call them like auntie.
Oh, okay.
Auntie and uncle.
Huh? Are you white or green?
White.
Po.
Po. I don't know. That's what they tell us to say.
Robert.
Po and then Netai.
And that's okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Dang, I just say Thai. Oh. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be Netai from my mom's side because my mom's side is white.
I see. Oh, maybe Po is aunt, huh? And because I call my grandma Ba.
Yeah, that's grandma.
Yeah, that's grandma. You guys call Ba, we call Poo.
Oh, yeah. Okay, then.
I feel like our Thai is the same.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. But
I don't say net Thai, but I say Thai. But yeah.
No, it gets complicated, and then I don't want to mess up anybody's name, so I just rather not talk.
No. Yeah. With the whole name stuff.
Yeah.
So my new brother-in-law.
Oh, okay.
My sister was like, hey, we're by the golf course by your house. Does Addison. Like, she was like, I want to see Addison. I was like, okay, yeah, we'll ride our bike down there. So we're going, and then they pull up, and I didn't know they were together because I thought she was going to be at the golf course. And they ended up driving by us, and I was, like, talking to them. She was talking to my daughter. And then I'm like, okay, bye, Tilao. And she was like, wait. I'm younger than you.
Oh.
So it's supposed to be Tilo. And I was like, oh, yeah. But he is older than me, though. I think his birthday is in August. My birthday is in November. So then I automatically thought it was Tilao.
Yeah.
But she was like, oh, no. Like, it's because I'm younger. And I was like, oh, that's true. So just like
it
all
makes
that.
It complicated.
It does. And I'm like, it's so weird because I'm so used to saying Tilao rather than Tilo. She was like, yeah, I'm younger. And I'm like, that's so weird.
Yeah. And you have to remember that, too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of faces and names.
A lot. Alrighty. So I think that wraps our episode.
Thank you guys so much for chiming in. It was fun.
It was fun. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Spotify. We also have Instagram as well. Leave some tips, comments about being an introvert, extrovert.
Help us out because we're still learning.
We're still learning. All right. Until next time. This is Sincerely Bestie.
Bye.
Bye.